ornate shrines and vibrant city life mostly Bangkok is known for, but it has been taking center stage for ACC Men's T20I Challenger Cup. We are here at the TCG Cricket Ground. It looks bright, sunny, and perfect time to get on to this particular game. Saudi Arabia take on Indonesia. Must win for Indonesia, of course. Saudi Arabia will try and continue their winning momentum. Let's find out what happened at the toss. Nishant Majidia was there with both the captains.
Well, thank you very much, Babashish. This is the last day of Group A encounters, and once this day comes to an end, we'll be sure of 2 of the 4 semi-finalists. Well, important game, of course, for Indonesia, because a win here will give them a fair chance of making it to the semi-finals. Saudi Arabia are almost very confident and very comfortably placed. What happens, we'll find out, but right now it's time for the toss. We have all the people who matter. Let's do it then. Hisham to spin the coin, and Gamantika will call. So tails it is what our referee Gandhi is said. What would you like to do?
We'll have a bat first today, and we want to go out there and test our batting order as well. And I think Indonesia is a good side, but it will be a test for our boys to play in these conditions first up ahead.
Yesterday we saw a team batting first in the first game, struggled a little bit early on. So you think you have that going in your mind?
Yeah, I think before the knockouts we just want to give it a test, that whether if there is any ifs and buts during the knockouts, during the toss phase. So we want to expose our batting order to that as well.
Any trying out a new combination today?
Yeah, Faisal is back, and we have another change, debut Shazib.
Good luck for the game then.
Thank you.
Well, Kadek, okay bowling first?
Yeah, we are okay in any situation. I think we also have to bat first, but it doesn't matter. We are bowling first. We try to make them the low total as well, so that we just easy to chase. We're trying to chase them as well.
Any changes in your side?
The only one change today. Dennis is coming in. Rogerio is going to be rest today.
Good luck for the game then.
Thank you.
Right, and that's the news from the middle here. Saudi Arabia has won the toss, and they've elected to bat first.
The better teams look forward to doing tougher things, and Saudi Arabia hoping that it could be tricky to bat on. They want to challenge themselves. Their openers, the original ones, are back. Faisal Khan, after that injury, is back in the team, and he will perhaps be opening with Wahid. Although the one change is that of replacing Usman Najib, the fast bowler in form, with another right-arm fast option. As far as Indonesia are concerned, they have gone the same route too. Rogerio Maxi Koda, who bowled well, he's been replaced with Dhanesh Shetty. So both the teams amping up their fast bowling resources. Saudi have brought in Shazib. They'll be hoping that they can actually play a part in this particular fixture, because batting looks pretty okay for Team Saudi Arabia. As far as Indonesia are concerned, bowling has been their strength, and now they've got the favorable conditions in their favor. Their captain Kadek Gamantika spoke about how the initial overs could be crucial, and he'll be hoping that the new ball bowlers can make early inroads into this mighty Saudi batting lineup. Back to top of the order, Abdul Wahid. 99 of the most glorious runs in that first outing. Then Saudi decided to promote the middle order batters for that easy run chase in the second game. Well, Faisal Khan is back. Struck on the head, got injured. Now he's back to his original position. He's got a lion's heart as Faisal. And from the commentary box then for Indonesia, taking the new ball is Ferdinando Bhanunek. Somebody who's got the natural ability of picking up wickets. He won't be starting with a slip though. We've got the mid-on and mid-off inside the ring. Very interesting to start with a deep square leg straight away. And a sweeper deep on the offside. 4 wickets for Ferdinando so far. Monday morning, first ball then. Wayward, wide. Nishant Majidia was there at the toss. Nishant, the surface looked on the darker side. Slightly damp, not too much. Good morning.
Yes, very good morning to you too. Babashish is not as dark as it was the other days. Slightly on the brighter side. Interesting thing is that Faisal Khan is back in the 11. We saw what he can do. Defended this time. Wanted a single but sent back, and rightly so.
First signs of the ball stopping on Wahid because of that little dampness that we were talking about. Looked like Wahid was definitely pushing forward at that one, and the ball kind of hit the surface and slowed down a bit. That's why Ferdinando wants to be around the off-stump region. Brilliant line. Really good line that. Making Wahid play good cricket shots. If he's getting boundary of those shots, so be it. No easy drives. They know how good he is off the pads. That's why the square leg is back. But he's somebody who can stay upright and still hit it through mid-wicket.
Tucked away this time. They'll pick up a single. So Abdul Wahid gets his first runs off the mark. First runs off the bat this time. So Faisal Khan on strike, got hit on the head in the very first game, very early in the very first game. And after that was left out as a precautionary measure in that second game. Got 7 stitches.
Has got that banded underneath that. Firstly, this looks like a much better helmet though. That's the first impression. Ferdinando continues to hold that disciplined line and length. Trying to test the defensive technique of Faisal Khan here, who's naturally very aggressive.
Very watchful up front here. Would you test him with a bouncer?
That would have been my first ball, Nishan. You know how mean I am. Not really. But yeah, if I had pace and I had the ability to bang it short, I would definitely do that.
Yes, I think I would have done the same. That's pushed away into the offside for a single. Both batters off the mark. End of the first over, 3 without loss.
Saudi Arabia sitting pretty with 4 points. Net run rate 4.36. That is more than double, triple of all others teams' net run rate cumulative. Indonesia with a slightly better net run rate now than Cambodia, who will play the second game of the day. So it's important that Indonesia doesn't lose this game by a massive margin. Best result to win it, go to 4 points, great. But if you can't, minimize the margin and give yourself a chance when Bhutan takes on Cambodia, who are winless so far. But if they can push Cambodia in that game, then Indonesia will still be alive go through. Danielson, Johannes Howe. Couple of wickets so far. He gets the far end. The grassier end to bowl to. And he pitches it up. Faisal goes downtown. Up and over. First up. One bounce for. Maybe they should have gone for the bouncer earlier.
Yes, Danielson just trying to pitch the ball up, thinking that the early morning moisture might just give him some help. But Faisal Khan, absolutely unperturbed, decided to give it the treatment.
Danielson can just look to shorten the length, still bowl the same line. Lovely delivery. That entire area is way more grassier than the opposite end. So you've got to hit good areas here. The exact length Ferdinando was bowling, that is ideal for Danielson here to try and hit the top of off stump.
Yes, much better. Bowl it at a length where the batter is always in two minds whether to come forward or go back.
Also, if Kadek Gamantika can give these new ball bowlers catching positions, at least a slip or a gully, that would be great.
Coming back in this time. So I think Danielson realized immediately after pitching the first ball up that's not the right length. Abdul Wahid having a word with Faisal Khan. Only just trying to tell him that just bat in, get a feel of things. Wide outside the off stump. Was looking to hit it through the offside. Misses. Extra.
Short third, backward point, cover point. Then there is cover and mid-off. You can easily take one of them fielders out and have a gully. Once again, the line is so far wider. From there, it doesn't matter if it seams in, swings away.
He's recovering well after the first boundary with 3 dot balls, but with a packed offside field, forced to bowl outside the off stump. And then he bowls straight, and Faisal Khan has hit it over deep mid wicket for the first 6 of the match.
Beauty of Faisal is the minimal movements that he's got. Nothing extravagant. Once the bat is getting picked up, thereafter there is one clean swing onto the ball. As a fast bowler, you're hit over the top of a fuller ball. You're pulled for 6 over deep mid-wicket of a slightly short of lane delivery. You're out of options. And that's why that mini conference along with the captain. Not a bad ball. Just the beauty of hand-eye coordination, having it so fast and quick that you can pick up deliveries.
And this time plays it towards the offside, straight to the fielder. 2 overs bowled, 15 without loss.
That's what Nishant was mentioning. Not exactly a darker shade, but two distinct ends on this particular surface. From the commentary box end, when you bat, where Faisal actually struck that massive six, it's a lot more grassier, and that far end is where the barren patches are. So later in the day, it is from the commentary box end that the spinners will get some purchase. If you're bowling seam up first up, you should be bowling from the far end. Ferdinando, who's been disciplined, has been given the tougher end to bowl from.
Abdul Wahid on strike. Back of a length from Ferdinando. Single taken.
See there, that is the dual nature of the patchy surface. That one went through, that one just carried brilliantly. And then the first ball that Wahid faced from that particular end, it stopped on him. Just get a feeling, Nishant, you have to go to death bowling mode here. Forget that it's a new ball, forget it's a third over. Go to death bowling mode. If you don't, he will keep hitting you all morning. Slightly short once again, picked up nicely. This time square on leg side.
Yes, you have to be on death bowling mode because this man is in death batting mode. Faisal Khan, he will be feeling he's missed out on a couple of knocks. A knock in which he got injured. Of course, he came back and smashed a few. And then, of course, the previous game where he had to sit out. And that's swatted away. But straight to the fielder at mid-off.
It's still a better option from Ferdinando there. Faisal, once he's begun in this mood, there is no respite. He'll get you well before you even think of getting him. Change of pace, good bowling. Ferdinando has gone to death bowling. And that is smart. Bowled it wider from the hitting arc. Took all the pace of that delivery.
Now, with Faisal Khan back in the opening slot, what that does is it gives Abdul Wahid a sense of calm. He doesn't really have to worry too much about anything. Oh, well. Was I wrong? Well, looks like they want to have a sword in both hands and do away with the shield.
Yeah, there's a smile on Ferdinando's face because he wasn't expecting this either. And it's very, very smart from Wahid. Knowing that he's the batter, they will be bowling slightly fuller too. So why not? Goes for the full Monty. Plays it with a much straighter bat too. Nothing wrong with that. Well over the scorer's 10. Second six of the innings comes from the bat of Abdul Wahid. He's scoring close to 10 runs per over right now. And that rate is only gonna get better. Problem for Indonesia now. KSA attacking from both the ends.
So that's a big reason to worry. Wahid, they're getting his first bound in the form of a 6. And now pushed away through the offside. There is a sweeper in the back.
So just a single there. 3 overs ball. It's 28 without loss.
All sorts of problems for Indonesia, whether to attack with this new ball or be defensive. I think going into second half of power play, you got to be a little more defensive, especially now with Abdul Wahid also opening his arms. Deep mid-wicket and long on, deep on the onside. I think the plan is to bowl hard length now into the surface. And the odd one will be a slowy. Let's see if they're doing the same for Faisal Khan, which could be slightly risky. Faisal so far hasn't given himself room through the offside. Nishant, I expect him to do that in this over.
Yes, of course it will depend on the kind of line that Danielson decides to bowl. Oh, looks to go for the big shot this time. This is the line of the delivery there.
Good delivery, strong option, hard length into the body. Some point of time, Faisal will back away and try and access the area. To the offside, cover, extra cover, mid-off. Extra cover, up and over. Smart batting indeed. This was Fuller, this was there for the drive. And Faisal reached out.
Yes, you're talking about he will give himself room. He just did that by backing away ever so slightly and hitting it through the offside for 4.
Yeah, that's why I think there's no point having a long on. If he's hitting a shot straight down, it's sailing over. Bad ball, all the way for 6. This is puddings for breakfast for Faisal Khan. Too easy.
It's just too far down the leg side this time, and all he had to do was help it on its way. And he's got enough power with that swivel of his to get a 6. Faisal Khan has raced on to 26 for 15 deliveries.
Only reason he's bowling that far down the leg side is because he's got both of his boundary riders on the onside. That's forcing him to bowl a lot straighter. Worked away nicely. Straight to that short fine leg fielder. Faisal must be thinking slightly finer. That was 4 more. It would have been a much better option to only have a deep mid-wicket and either have a sweeper or a long off on the offside, so that you can still bowl the 5th stump line outside off stump. Give yourself chance, mix it up. Last ball.
Pulled away, doesn't time it well enough, but thanks to the fact that there are a couple of fielders there, he wanted a second Wahid, but sent back. There was a second run, but Faisal probably wants to keep strike. 4 overs bowled, 40 without loss.
He's the only change Indonesia have made. Dhanesh Shetty, right arm pace option, has the semi-new ball, doesn't have a long run-up. It's a shortish run-up. Wonder how much of pace he's going to generate from that. With Faisal going strong, he wants the third fielder back and a deep backward square leg.
Well, that's hit over extra. And that's gone all the way for 6. Welcome to Dhanesh Shetty to the bowling crease with a big bang.
Yeah, since last over, he's looking to that area time and again. And a clean swing of the bat. Dhanesh Shetty wants to change the field. Long off now, short third in.
He sliced this one away with one hand. It looks like our ground staff anticipated the ball much earlier than it came. Wonder if there was a bird flying by which he mistook for a ball and dived for it. Look at that. Forget the shot. And oh, he slipped. Oh, he slipped. Was too excited to collect the ball.
It's a proper banana split. He's okay though. Somebody will tell him he was on camera.
Still is. Cheers, mate. Hope you're all right.
No, they've been fantastic. That shot was phenomenal too. As you mentioned, one hand off the bat, sliced away. Can't get over that though. It's even funnier on the replay. Although Dhanesh Shetty must be thinking, oh, this is really tough. I've just begun my spell. I want to understand what the conditions are telling me. Faisal is telling me not to bowl at all. 50 of the partnership.
Oh, he was shaping for another crack through the offside, but not to be. Lets it go. That's a good leave. Oh, was that close to being a wide?
On the inside half of the line. Dhanesh has got some pace. Maybe he's the one to test Faisal upstairs. Beats mid-wicket. 4. There was a touch of Waheed in that shot from Faisal Khan, emulating his partners with that lovely shot.
He was a little too straight on that occasion and he just whipped it away. A lot of power and bottom hand behind that shot. Normally when you flick a ball, you do tend to use a lot of bottom hand, but this is a different kind of usage. Using more than just the wrists.
This is some other form of whippage altogether.
And this time through the offside, but straight to long off, just a single. Final delivery of the over from Dhanesh. Oh, it's a high full toss. Won't be the final ball and he'll be warned as well.
Yeah, the Yorker goes horribly wrong. If somebody bowls at your head, you don't smile after that. Unless you know the next ball is a free hit. Waheed with glitter in his eyes. Stands up tall, misses the ball. No point appealing for that. 56 from the first 5 overs.
This is interesting. Gede Agus Priyandana. Haven't seen him bowl so far in this tournament. Opens the batting for Indonesia.
Looks like gentle military medium. Nothing about Faisal is gentle right now. He's bowling from the right end though. That's one thing. Starts with a good Yorker. Straighter. Normally, Kadek Gamantika, the right arm of spinner, bowls a couple of overs inside the power play. Smart option. Not to bowl him, not to bowl himself.
Kind of mood the two right-handers are in, it will be difficult. That's been driven, but straight to the fielder.
Gede Agus clearly has got a bowler in him. Two really good deliveries. Impressive captaincy to give him the right end, as I mentioned. Because of the lack of pace, you want to give him that grassier end to bowl into. Mid-off does well. First over of the power play was a relatively quite a one, only 3 runs. Can they replicate that for the last over of the power play?
Squeezed out this time again, straight to the fielder. This is an excellent over so far. You have to add so far because with these two in the middle, a very good over can turn out to be a bad over in a matter of 2 balls.
How well he's executing the wide-ish Yorker, Nishan. He can actually have the third and deep point and bowl that. Picked up straight with a high elbow. Waheed goes all the way. So far, as you mentioned, after 3 dot balls, here comes the big shot.
He's just slightly over pitching on that occasion. He was bowling that Yorker length brilliantly. The length goes wrong a millimeter. And Waheed has the room he needs to extend his arms.
You can bowl the wide Yorker. Do you really need a deep mid-wicket? Length and still up and over straight. Real masterclass out here from Abdul Waheed. Power from Faisal Khan at the other end. This is precision, balance and execution from Abdul Waheed.
There's a good looking shot there. Down the ground and away for 4. End of the power play. 6 overs bowled, 67 without loss.
Power play full of strokes. Abdul Waheed started them, but Faisal Khan has really owned this stage in terms of making a thundering comeback into the tournament. All the bowlers were taken to the cleaners on both sides of the pitch. They have tried to bowl full, they have tried to bowl into the surface, nothing has worked. This opening partnership now really threatening Indonesia, that they will have to chase anything excess of 200, 250 even on the cards. Actually, Faisal goes deep into this innings. We don't even know how many. And that's the danger.
So first over of the power play, 3 runs. And the next 5 produce 64. Gamantika brings himself on now immediately after the power play ends. Off the outside half of the bat, straight to short third, dot ball.
Bowling round the wicket, trying to angle the ball away. Nobody behind square on the offside though. Faisal hits that down the ground along the carpet. Wahid will enjoy this because he's somebody who's got the finesse to work the ball square or the offside. If he gets a chance, he'll try and open the face of the bat.
He's cut that well, but straight to the fielder.
Very good from Wahid. Straight away understanding. Best thing here is to use Kadek's angle. And for Kadek, if he's bowling to Wahid, bowl a little straighter, slower. Miss it. There is a chance now. In the gap. Very much in the gap. Look how well Abdul Wahid has covered the angle and hit it wider of the long-off fielder. Do you think long-off was a lot straighter?
No, I don't think he was very straight, but he has hit it very wide, almost extra cover. Look at where he has gone to chase that ball. So lucky there. Abdul Wahid gets a boundary. Soft hands this time. Good comeback here by Kadek.
Normally when you're bowling from round the wicket, you'll have that long off a lot wider, more towards extra cover even. Because if he hits you straight from that angle, so be it. Wahid wanted to go straighter this time, only down the count. 6 runs from Kadek's first over. 73 for no loss. Hi, Ketut Eddie Guna. Wicketless so far. Really challenging time to come out and start as a leggy. He's bowling from the far end into the grassier part of the surface. First ball inside out towards that sweeper cover region. Wahid is now taking a few chances, realizing that already into 8th over. They've got plenty of batting back in the pavilion, back in the dugout, so why not?
There's plenty of batting, plenty of time. That was well bowled. It was pitched around leg stump. Watchfully defended there.
It's because I actually thought Ketut will go wider outside the off stump, so that's smart thinking from him. That's the plan. That's why he's got 2 fielders deep in that region. So bowling to the field right now, mixing it up.
The question is, how wide can he afford to go? Because both these batters will enjoy room outside the off stump. Comes down the track. And that's hit very well. For a moment I thought it will go straight to the fielder. But that was hit with a lot of power.
Yeah, that's why Wahid is the more difficult batter to bowl right now. Once the field is spread out, his decision making and range of shots allows him to hit the same shot, finer or squarer, either with power or with finesse.
Now eases it into the offside for a single. They got off to a start where they scored at 11 and over in the power play. So now they can afford to knock it around and go at 7-8 runs per over till about the 14th over.
I mean, that's how most teams will look at it. I wonder if KSA, because of the firepower they've got, might try and launch earlier. 81 for no loss. Kadek. Yeah, Faisal has seen enough of Kadek. Just how he shaped up for that particular delivery, Nishad. Just get a feeling he has seen enough of right arm off from round the wicket. Wanted to work it away. Brave line from Kadek there. Midland leg, tossing it up, bowling it slow.
I think he's just trying to invite the batters to try and go after him. He's got a very good slider. He wants to bring that into play. Backs away and slaps it. Straight to sweeper. Will just be another single.
Because of the power Faisal Khan has, it's not a bad idea for him to stand on off and middle here. So he can hit them, power them through the leg side. Did that, but only along the carpet. Once he's standing on leg stump, he's thinking about whether to wait and hit it through the offside. And in turn, just picking up singles here.
And an appeal for a stumping here. And Wahid might be in trouble, is what I feel.
Yeah, that's a slider you were talking about, Nishant. And it has worked. You don't associate Abdul Wahid with wrong shot selection. But just with this ball leaving him, angling away, going towards the straighter long off was the low percentage option. Should have gone towards extra cover. Wicketkeeper has done well. First wicket for Indonesia then. As the dangerous man, Abdul Wahid, will have to walk back.
Yes, he'll be disappointed. He had got a good start. He was looking good. But this over was slightly quiet. And that is why he wanted to get a boundary going. Out is the verdict. That will be the end of Abdul Wahid then. Indonesia finally have something to cheer for. Skipping down the track there. It was a nothing shot really. Wahid out for 32 of 23.
In at number 3 is Zuhair Mohammed. He gets off the mark to end that over. Successful over from the captain, Kadek. 85 for 1 after 9. Ketu to continue. Yorks Zuhair there. Important now that Indonesia can buy a few dot balls with Zuhair starting his innings.
That's it uppishly there. There is a fielder at long on. That will just be a single.
I think the best way to go about this is to keep tempting Faisal Khan. Don't bowl defensively. Be slightly aggressive so that he has a chance to get a boundary somewhere where you have a chance to get him out too. Loops it up. Very, very good bowling indeed. Time and again we have spoken about the lack of game awareness from some of these teams. What we have seen today from Indonesia has actually been good.
Down the leg side. I think the idea was right to really toss it up and get the ball to turn. He wants to bring the outside edge of Faisal Khan come into play.
Has to change the line now. Wider outside the off stump it should be. No, on the stump still. Backing his skill. Ketut Eddie. That is so very good to see. Leg spinners usually duck for cover. Not him.
Comes down the track. Hasn't timed it. It's in the air and put down. The job was done by Ketut. The outside edge was brought into play. He is disappointed. What an opportunity missed here.
Indonesia won't have a better chance. Was too easy. As you mentioned, full marks to the bowler to induce that fall shot. Good over, unfortunately doesn't get the wicket at the halfway mark. KSA 88 for 1 and that is drinks. Welcome back after the break. 88 for 1 is where KSA are at this point of time. They should have been 2 down. Dolly being dropped by Indonesia. Last over before drinks, and Faisal begins in a thundering fashion just after drinks to get up to 50. With that, time to say good morning first up to Richard.
Thank you. Faisal Khan has been smashing the ball everywhere this morning, especially in the first 6 overs. And now just after the halfway stage, he's made his 50 off 35 balls.
Yeah, Kadek trying to go shorter into the surface, a little too predictable now with that ploy. That one spun back in. So he played down the ground.
Faisal is quite a character. He hit an early boundary in the first game, got hit on the head. Came back to the crease at the fall of the first wicket, smashed a few more. Then when he was out, took the concussion test, and he was replaced by a substitute. But he's back on fire today.
7 stitches because of that blow on the head. No sign of anything that though in this innings. He's been level-headed, clear in his options, and powerful. Trying to go wider from his hitting arc. Kadek.
He'd been walking around the hotel with a big white bandage on his head, so he's very identifiable. So we all know who Faisal Khan is now.
Nicely worked away. I think this aspect of his game is slightly underrated. His ability to maneuver the ball in the gaps too. 95 for 1 after 11. Ketut bowled really well, induced the fall shot from Faisal, and has been bowling fuller to Faisal all throughout in this spell.
Yeah, the Indonesian spinners have done well to restrict Saudi Arabia just to run a ball since the end of the power play.
Yeah, only if they can attack Zuhair a little bit more, because he's only looking to rotate the strike here, which is the right thing to do, of course. But as a fielding unit, if you can stop that run, get at least one extra dot ball in every over to Zuhair. Because with Faisal, the risk of conceding a boundary is always there. Whenever he wants to, he will get it. Left off that long on fielder. Good for 400 off for KSA.
We were wondering why Faisal was opening rather than Waqar ul Hassan, and we're seeing why.
That's a bad ball. He will treat you with utter disdain. 6 now over deep mid-wicket. Faisal Khan doesn't want to stop. Entertainment continues.
He's a very powerful player.
Putting the young leggy under a lot of pressure, and And the best way to respond is by backing your stock ball. Just like that. Going for the loopy leg break just outside the off stump. I think in that drinks break, KSA management must have spoken about what sort of a score they want to get to. Faisal going strong, 250 still very much on. 108 for 1 after 12. Well, Abdul Wahid got 99 of those in that first outing. Lukman Butt has been scoring consistently for Cambodia. Fazal Khan will be definitely going up the charts by the time he finishes this particular innings. So impressive to see Etienne Bukes in that list. Kendall Fleming, the captain of Japan, missed out on the second outing. And of course, the young Thailand opener, Chalovem Wong.
And most of those batsmen in the top 10 all have made at least one contribution above 50. That's the secret in this game. Score big runs. But our friend Etienne, he was the finisher. He's been batting down the order and he's got small contributions in all 4 games he's played.
I was very fortunate to have a little conversation with him, and he really said that he's been thinking about how to go about batting in that number now. Down the track, flatter. One bounce to that longer fielder. He spoke about he's made a slight change in his setup too. That is allowing him a lot more stable base. In terms of the eye line, it's steadier. He's able to watch the ball better, get his hands through the ball. Just tells you that there is always room for improvement for everyone. And when you think about something passionately, you tend to come up with creative solutions to get better.
We'll be seeing Cambodia this afternoon, and by the look of it, a victory against Bhutan will be enough to take them through to the semi-finals of their first ACC tournament.
Nicely bowled. Saw him coming down the track and then pushed it wider. Faisal unable to get that off the chunkier part of the bat. 13 overs are done, 110 for 1. Only 1 over for Gedeagas. And Dhanesh Shetty, everybody else has been given a second over. With 7 overs to go, Ferdinando Danielson will get their full quota of 4 overs that is remaining. Interesting to see if Ketut now bowls out. Left arm spinner, Dharma Artha, has been introduced into the bowling attack. Would be a wide, but there was a little bit of turn on offer.
So the highest total in this tournament so far is 199 by Singapore, and Saudi Arabia made 192 in their first match.
Yes, after seeing that first ball, Zuhair shouldn't have been playing across the line. Once again, massive amount of turn for Gere Dharma. Just be cautious of bowler you're facing here, Zuhair. Once again spinning off the surface then. That is a good sign for Dharma Artha here. Bowled only 2 overs in the last game. Might get more in this particular one if right-handers are on display. Taking a fresh guard now, Zuhair standing more towards the middle stump so he can get closer to that turning ball which is spinning away. Can Dharma Artha bowl a little straighter here? Wider, stumping on, second one of the day. Turn and offer. Zuhair couldn't account for that spin at all, even after changing his batting guard. It's a second wicket for Indonesia.
Good keeping, big swing of the bat from the batsman so he couldn't get round again to get back in his crease. So that's Zuhair out stumped for 5 off 11.
Because the left arm spinner is getting it to turn that big, KSA might be sending their left-hander Waqar, who batted number 3 in that first outing. Waqar ul Hassan. It is Waqar ul Hassan.
Here he comes. He batted very consistently in the 50-over tournament last year, opening the batting. Nobody could get him out. And this is more the sort of player you need for the middle order in T20 cricket. You need somebody that really hits the ball at the start and then somebody that works the ball around during the middle overs.
Yes, you're spot on, Richard. The kind of technique application Waqar has got in 50-over cricket, he's like an excellent asset. Strong in terms of defensive technique, quality in terms of temperament. Beautifully bowled. Oh, trouble it could be. Faisal made it very much in time.
See, this will be what Waqar can do. Just push the single to put Faisal Khan back on strike.
Faisal will be wary of the turn that he's seen from Gere Dharma. And a sharp turn too. The grass cover we were talking about, that's allowing him the ball to grip. Once again, spins away sharply. Faisal trying to rotate that on the onside. Difficult option. Last ball of the over. Play and a miss. Best over of the innings so far from Gere Dharma. 2 runs and a wicket. 112 for 2. 6 overs to go.
There's the leading wicket takers list. A lot of bowlers from Cambodia because they played 2 games in the qualifier and they played 2 games in the main tournament. But the Chinese boy Ma Kuang Cheng is still top of the list, though he's gone home now.
Yes, closely followed by Ryo Sakurano, who's got 7.
He got 6 wickets in the first game of the tournament for Japan.
Gede Aga's solitary over, bowled the 6th over. Now returns for a second spell. He's got Waqar on strike. He'll be bowling from over the wicket. Vakar trying to just dab it past the short third fielder.
So Saudi Arabia have only scored 45 runs off the last 8 overs, which is quite a good result for Indonesia after they'd seen Saudi Arabia reach 67 in the power play.
Absolutely, if you're making Faisal Khan hit anything below a strike rate, well, has he got hold of that one? You bet he has. Vakar, known for his maneuvering skills, has actually taken the long lever out and beats that long on fielder.
So the Saudis might favour the return of faster bowling.
Outside edge, is it? Looked like Vakar played inside the line of the ball and that one moved away. Very good comeback from Gede here. Bowled Yorkers really well in that 6th over. Hasn't tried even one. That's the Yorker he was looking for. That ended up being a low full toss.
So Saudi Arabia looking for their 3rd win of the tournament, which will guarantee them a place at the top of the table in Group A. So in the semi-final,
very good call from the umpire. Very second Faisal came on strike. Umpire was quick to note that he still has got his cap on, so he's been advised to put the lid on. Although nobody in the Indonesia bowling attack has tried the short ball to him. That's gracious.
it's kind of them, yeah. He was hit on the head in the first game.
However, he'll be looking to go big. Goes downtown, long off, drops it too, second time. Another sitter. Faisal continues to enjoy a charmed life in this innings. Straight in and wobbles out. Clipped for 4. Vakar into his work now. Got a 6 earlier in this over. Finishes the over with a boundary. KSA marching along. 1, 2, 4 for 2. 5 overs to go in fact.
Spin continues at the other end. Faisal Khan slaps it to long off. Maybe so close to 200 again. And their left arm spinner, Usman Khalid, might well enjoy it. He got 4 wickets in the last game in just 2 overs.
Well, credit to Dharma Artha for the way he is bowled here. Batsman going hammer and tongs. He's managed to bowl with a rate of around 2, and that is hit in the air and put down again. It was a very good effort by the fielder at long off.
I think he actually was trying to push it back in once he realised he might be going to step over the boundary. He just decided to try and push it. Oh yeah, that's it. He actually caught it and then threw it in, but there was nobody there to throw it to. But he saved some runs there. Saved 5.
Down the leg side this time. That'll be a wide. Dharma Artha has bowled pretty well. Looking to go for that sweep there, Vakar. Full toss on the pads. That's nicely put away. Beats the fielder inside the circle. The fielder in the deep fails to cut it off. And that's a boundary. The first one off the bowling of Dharma Artha.
We thought Waka might be looking to put Faisal on strike, but he's hitting out well himself. 17 off 8.
So it will be a single to finish the over. In fact, there's still a delivery to go, beg your pardon. Faisal Khan batting on 71 of 53. That's fetched from way outside the off stump towards long gone, single taken, and that will be the end of over number 16. It's 134 for 2.
Opening bowler Ferdinando coming back to bowl.
Yes, Ferdinando Banu Naik will be bowling to Faisal. And he has swatted it away towards deep mid-wicket. Good effort in the deep. Excellent save there. They'll pick up 2.
Good use of the body, leading with his feet first. Traps it nicely.
Again looking to go downtown this time. Off the inside edge, they'll pick up a single to short fine. In these two now, 26 of 17. You think they can get to 200, Richard?
Well, that will be their target. 4 overs left. A couple of boundaries every over, they'll get quite close.
That's nicely played, but straight to the sweeper. Just a single. I think it's, if you look at it, Richard, it's a very good recovery from Indonesia after that power play. 67 runs in the power play, and the next 10 and a half overs have produced 71.
Yeah, they've kept it the rate down well, particularly the Indonesian spinners.
That's a poor ball. Fielder giving it the chase there. We'll have to wait for the umpire's signal. Leg by signaled by the umpire.
Certainly the way that the Saudi Arabian openers started, we were expecting them to be able to keep going at 10 and over throughout the innings, and 200 would be on the cards. But it will take a good last 3 and a bit overs for them to reach that target now.
Waqar on strike. Pushes it off the back foot straight to the fielder. Just a single. This turned out to be a very good over from Ferdinando here. Just the 5 runs and a leg by coming from that over. And one good thing that we've noticed is that as the tournament has progressed, the number of extras has gone down. That's it with a lot of power, but straight to the fielder. Just a single. And Faisal will retain strike. 17 bowled, 141 for 2.
Well, the projected score seems to vary between 160 and 175. Still would be a useful score for Saudi Arabia. Indonesia made 130 against Cambodia, so that might be about their limit, and this Saudi bowling attack is very strong.
Yes, they bowled well, Saudi Arabia. Of course, bowled Bhutan out cheaply. That's hit straight to the fielder, and that's been popped out. Paddy, of all the people, has put it down.
That's 3 drops for Faisal. Another pretty simple catch for an experienced cricketer like that.
Regulation catch there. Brings Waqar on strike. I think Faisal Khan is now feeling a little restless because boundaries have not been easy to come. Dharma Artha has bowled brilliantly. Slog sweep attempted. Play and a miss. I imagine Dharma Artha might be given the responsibility to bowl the final over as well.
I think so. These spinners have bowled really well.
That's a big hit. That's great connection from Waqar. He was trying to really hit that shot for a long time. Finally gets one of the middle of the bat and gets 6.
It's Waqar who's doing the majority of the hitting now. Connected well to that one. 26 off 13.
Flicks it away this time. Excellent effort by the fielder, but a little bit of a fumble in the end. And they will pick up 2 more.
And it's easier for Waqar to hit the slow left arm bowler through the onside as he's a left-hander. So it's effectively an off-spinner bowling to him.
Yes, that's what the modern day matchups tell us. While growing up as cricket fans, I'm pretty sure you must have heard the same as well. You'd always heard that the incoming delivery is the more dangerous one.
Through bat and pad and all, yeah. Through the gap. Caught at short leg. No short legs in this game.
Wahid, in fact, Faisal hasn't timed this one, and finally, a ball in the air finds hands on the ground. The catch is taken, and Faisal Khan, after having been dropped quite a few number of times, has been dismissed. But it's a very good knock. He departs for 77 of 60.
Faisal Khan there, he went off like a train, if you can do that as a batsman, in the power play, and he reached his 50 off 35 balls, but could only make another 27 off 25 balls after reaching his 50, and he was dropped several times. So he's definitely at his best during the power play.
He pretty much missed out on what could have been a real deadly innings. But it still was the innings which held the Saudi Arabia batting unit together. So Banu Naik will bowl his final over. 3 overs, none for 22. He'd want to finish well. That's been driven beautifully. There is a sweeper in place. They're coming back for 2. Throw is at the non-striker's end. It's a little wide, and that will help Waqar pick up 2.
So the new batsman, Manan Ali, at the non-striker's end. He was a stand-in opener in the second game with Faisal Khan injured. And today he's going to be the stand-in wicket-keeper with Hasib Ghafoor rested. So he's a useful cricketer to have in your squad.
Yes, he can stand in for anybody, it seems. That's been played into the gap. This time they'll just pick up a single. Now with 10 balls to go, how many do the Saudi Arabian batters think is enough?
Well, they'll be aiming for 180 if they can, and be quite happy with 170.
Yeah, I think if they bat sensibly, they'll get to 170. 42 is what Manan Ali has got. That strike rate of 200 was the striking statistic of that graphic. And he goes for it straight away. That's way up in the air, way back for a 6. What a way to get off the mark.
Well, he got 42 off 20 as an opener in the second game. Now he's going to bat out the last couple of overs and show what he can do.
Completely misses it. The wicketkeeper does so as well. Can't blame him. He's standing up to the stumps. That's gone for 4. Four byes there. The keeper, I think, did well. He was just a little late to close his legs. Oh, they might get to 170 in this over itself. So 180 is definitely on now with 8 balls to go. Swing and a miss. Dot ball, and Manan is not happy. Waqar has played a handy knock as well. 31 of just 17 balls. It's a good knock from him.
Just shows how strong the Saudi batting attack is.
Goes for it again. Again it's very high. Again it's very far into the scoring area for a 6.
So 2 sixes and 4 byes in the last 4 balls. Manan Ali off to a flyer.
Yes, 19 overs bowled, 170 for 3.
We've got to 170. You're right, the left arm spinner is going to bowl the last over.
Comes down the track and flicks it away. They're coming back for the second. Running at the danger end is Manan and fumble while taking the ball. So 2 runs added to the tally with that. So 48 runs in the last 4.1 overs then, Richard?
Yeah, they batted very well in the first 6 and now in the last 5.
Taken this time. Waqar was looking for that deep mid-wicket boundary. Not quite timing it well, and that is why he holed out to the fielder in the deep. And Dharma Artha has picked up his 3rd wicket. I think if you ask me, his spell has been the difference between 210 and the score that they end up with. Waqar departs for 33 of 19.
Wacker is replaced by Waji. He made runs in the first match. But this has been a prototype T20 innings from Saudi Arabia. Runs in the power play. Taking it easy against the spinners in the middle overs and now hitting out again in the last 5 overs.
And Waji, he too decides that he will get off the mark with a 6. What a strike that is from him. Just coming down the track there and hitting it brilliantly. Magnificent strike. Slog sweep attempted. Misses it. And they will go through for a bye. So they're not letting go of any run scoring opportunity here. Two more deliveries to go in this over. Shuffles across and looks to go for the big shot. Misses it on that occasion.
But this is also what happens in T20 cricket. Bowlers at the end of the innings can pick up some extra wickets. And Gede Dharma just looking for his 4th wicket from the last ball of the innings.
That's hit well. Over long off and clears the fielder. What a finish to the innings here. Waji finishing with a couple of 6s. In fact, Manan finishing with a couple and Waji finishing with one. But in the end, Saudi Arabia finishing with 185 for 4. They will be probably thinking that they should have gotten a few more. But in the end, I think they will be reasonably happy with what they've got here. Great start from Abdul Wahid and Faisal Khan in that partnership which dominated the power play. Abdul Wahid was out stumped soon after. Faisal Khan continued. Zuhair Mohammed couldn't really do much, but Wakarul Hassan came in and built another partnership with Faisal, and some late flourish provided by Manan and Waji, ensuring that they finished with 185 for 4. Well, all the bowlers got some stick, but Gamantika, very economical, 4.75 his economy, and among the wickets as well. Dharma Arta picked up 3 wickets in his 4 overs, got a few sixes hit in his last over, but otherwise it was a very good spell indeed. So 186 runs is the target for Indonesia at a required rate of 9.3. What they do is something we'll find out on the other side of this break. Stay connected.
Power at the top, power down the order for KSA has taken them to a compelling first inning score here. 186 is the ask for Indonesia with the required run rate at 9.3 right from the word go. And this will be difficult, but it's not impossible. Understand there with 2 points, they need a win here to get these runs against the mighty Saudi bowling attack. Will be some task, but as I mentioned, you've got to be positive at least at the start. See if you can get off to a breezy start, then maybe, just maybe, you put KSA under some pressure. Mohammad Anjar is their best batter right at the top. 5 fours and a 6 so far. He stays balanced, looks to play the big shots, and bit of promotion in the order for Paddy here. Padmakar Rajaram Surve, 46 runs, handy 20 odd the last time he batted. And there is Ishtiaq Ahmed, 4 wickets in the tournament so far. Right arm fast option first up. He's got a wide-ish first slip and a gully. As catchers, the third fielder and the fine leg fielder back on the ropes. Anjar will be on strike. Indonesia wants early boundaries. Run chase begins. Anjar goes for the full drive. No bat on the ball. Goes to the keeper. Ishtiaq starts with the dot ball. Up here in the commentary box, time to say welcome back to Nishant Machitia.
Thank you very much, Babashish. Of course, Anjar has been their best batter. For Indonesia so far. And that's hit the stumps at the non-striker's end. There's a dot ball to start with, and of course they would want to get off to a flying start here.
Especially try and get the bulk of runs inside the first 10 overs. Once the ball gets softer on this surface, it'll turn more, it'll grip more. That beats the keeper for pace. Maybe, just maybe, they could have run the extra there. Only if they were watching the ball till the very end.
But right now, 3 dot balls here. In Saudi Arabia, their bowlers have been on top as well. Bowled pretty well.
Anjar standing on leg stump. He will be always away from that outswinger. And most likely will miss it. Just like he did on that occasion. Must do the simple things right when you're up against real pace. And right now the simpler thing to do is to get across slightly. Stand on middle and off. And back yourself to defend or hit the straighter ball. So you can get closer to his stock ball, which is the outswinger. Backs himself to defend the straight ball there. Did well.
So excellent start by Ahmed here. 5 dot balls. They've been absolutely spot on.
The field doesn't change. All the deliveries have been pitched up in this over. Wouldn't have been a bad option to test Anjar upstairs for this last ball. No, Ishtiaq continues to hide it outside. Off, starts with a maiden.
So Priyandana has been demoted in this batting lineup.
He's playing this game as a bowling all-rounder. Bowled really well though. That first spell was unlucky not to pick up a wicket. Atif ur Rahman from the far end. His stock ball is the one that swings back in to Padmakar here. And comes back a long, long way. Defended.
Yes, Paddy will be disappointed. He put down a chance.
Can he use this swing and find a few scoring shots through the onside? Well outside the off stump. Goes through to the keeper with good carry.
Yes, the Saudi seamers, they can be very deadly. We saw what they can do when they bowled Bhutan out for less than 100.
And they've dropped the deadliest of them lot. Usman Najib for this game.
Let's say rested. Down the leg side this time. That's been called a wide. First runs on the board for Indonesia.
I mean, when we arrived to the ground, Usman Najib was sweating it out there with a lot of catching practice. Did a lot of boundary catching there. I think he already knew that he will be rested. That's why putting in the work very early in the warm-up. Normally first fast bowlers, if they're playing the morning game, they just loosen up the body and then get into bowling mode.
Comes back in. First runs off the bat this time. Just dropped on the onside by Surve for a quick single. He's off the mark. That will bring Anjar on strike. To Atif for the first time.
And if Anjar has to use his feet, do something different, it has to be against Atif. I'm not saying he's slower by any stretch of imagination, but when you compare it with Ishtiaq from the other end, Atif is few paces below in terms of pace, so you can adjust. But if you're static, you're not moving, you're a static target for the bowler too. Only off the inside half of the bat, very lucky indeed.
A lot of dot balls being bowled here.
Anjar just hoping he will get something from Atif. I think at this point of time, you got to be a go-getter. Got to create something. Uppish indeed. But only soft hands. So another single added to the total. This is a really slow start for Indonesia. Do you think they must have rules defined for these two?
Well, right now, doesn't look like anything. That's hooked away straight to the fielder. If there were any roles defined, then probably Padmakar had to go for the shots.
Yeah, can't blame him for the option either. But because there was a deep fine leg, he could have tried to hit this straighter, not squarer. Couldn't generate a lot of power with that shot. Fall of the first wicket for Indonesia. Padmakar Goes back only with 1 run next to his name.
Beautiful delivery that. And that's been called a wide.
Ishtiaq can't believe it. Manalani wants a referral. That's gone straight through the batter. Only thing is, it didn't hit the body or the stumps. Umpire has got it all wrong here.
I thought that was an excellent delivery going right through Mohammad Anjar Tadarus on that occasion.
Only thing is, it'll make Ishtiaq inspire a little more to hit the stumps. Was on off stump that particular delivery. He wanted to be even safer. Don't even bowl the middle stump line.
Ishtiaq Ahmed has got to slip in place. Better to bowl that off stump line and get him into play. Outside the off stump, Anjar looking to pat it away. Misses it. That's a dot ball.
Yeah, 1 of 10 now. Pressure starting to build on him. If only he was able to find something of that very first over, maybe Padmakar might not have gone for that shot. Ishtiaq Ahmed really being cautious in terms of his line and length, and he is superb at this point of time. This time went much closer so he can swing the ball away. Excellent bowling this, Nishant.
Yes, it's just bowling a very nagging line at the moment, the Saudi Arabia seamers.
And it's difficult to understand why so far Anjar hasn't tried something out of the ordinary. And in trying to do so, he's been extremely ordinary. Front leg goes across, you're trying to hit on the onside for a delivery that is swinging with pace. You're giving yourself very little chance to strike the ball.
One of 12. And Anjar looks like a completely different batter today. Indonesia, they are well ahead of Cambodia in terms of the net run rate right now. And again looks to hit through the line, misses. Another dot ball.
That should have been over by now.
And another maiden over at that.
Usman Najib was doing all that fielding practice because he's very much on the field. He's standing at mid-off. So he's getting a little walkout today as well.
think he's in place for Faisal.
I think it must be tempting Ishtiaq. Go for the fuller ball on the stumps.
He
And
does.
he does so. Right then, let's just call that as a maiden over as well.
3 bowlers, 4 for 1. Picked up a wicket of the last ball of the previous over. Bowls down the leg side this time. Should be leg byes, but we'll wait for the umpire's signal. Yes, leg byes it is.
Once again, Anjar. He's gone into a real rut here first up. Looks to just time the ball. Finally, something goes in favor of Anjar. In comes a fluent drive, his first boundary.
And Atifur Rahman will not be happy with that, but that was a gorgeous looking shot. Didn't really try to hit it, just knocked it away. Beat the fielder inside the circle, and 4 runs for the taking. First boundary of the innings for Indonesia.
That ball, which he was staying leg side and it was swinging away from Atif. In fact, Ishtiaq has suddenly come back in from Atif. That has allowed bat on ball for him. More of the same, but only half a shot to mid off. He's the addition, Zuhair, the other right arm fast option, who's replaced Usman Najib.
Mohammad Anjar on strike, 5 of 16 for him. Down the leg side again. I think it did clip some part of the body. So that's a dot ball.
Still standing on leg stump, which is fine for the deliveries that are coming back in. Gives him more time to adjust and slices it over short cover. Second boundary of the over. Suddenly Atif, because he's bowling closer to Anjar, he's able to find the shots.
Second boundary of the over, as mentioned. Anjar moves on to 9 of 18 right now. We would want to get better. Improve that strike rate. That was nicely struck.
Whenever Atif goes for a few boundaries, straight away he goes to the change-up option. Doesn't matter if he's bowling with the new ball. Look like the slowy two. Hanging it outside the off stump. Gets a dot ball. 9 runs came from that over. Best one for Indonesia so far. They're 13 for 1 after 4.
So Shahzeb comes in. I think he's the debutant that the skipper was talking about. Starts off with a full delivery on the pads. Misses the flick there, Ferdinando. Just the second ball that he has faced.
Yeah, Shahzeb looks like somebody who is quicker through the air. Unlike Ishtiaq and Najib, who are perhaps quicker off the surface, Shahzeb is somebody with that quick arm action. He will beat you in air itself with pace. And very, very well bowled again. When you're that good in terms of being quicker in terms of pace, you're targeting the stumps. That's where he's gone for the first 2 balls.
So let's see what he has got.
He's put a man out of that inner circle on the offside as a short mid-wicket now. More reason for him to bowl straighter. Also what it does, Nishant, it brings the odd bouncer in play.
Yes, and that is a delivery that the others have not been very shy of bowling. Saudi Arabian bowlers have done it quite consistently as well. Beautiful delivery. And leg by is there.
Yeah, real pacey through the air. Shahzeb. Always gonna miss leg stump, but unplayable because of the late curl in. I think Anjar on strike. He's actually countered in swing well so far by standing leg side of the ball every time. Just like that.
Soft hands, single taken. So first runs off the bat of the bowling of the debutant here. Ferdinando on strike, yet to get off the mark.
Also, Shahzeb has already bowled 4 balls. You would like to believe that he's opened up his shoulders. Any time now, Shahzeb. Test Ferdinando upstairs. See if he's got fast hands to pull it away. Almost goes through. Almost does go through. Somehow inside half the bat response. Ferdinando survives.
He's faced 5 balls, yet to get off the mark.
You can see Ferdinando is already committed on the front foot here. In fact, he's crouching and all to make sure he doesn't miss the Yorker. No better time to dig one shot. That will be a wide. Good call.
Yeah, dig one shot, rattle him a little bit, and then bowl a Yorker.
In fact, the way he's crouched up right now, short ball is the wicket ball.
Usman giving him some tips. Length ball is the wicket ball. Goes right through Ferdinando on that occasion. And Shahzeb has picked up a wicket in his first over.
Yeah, if Usman Najib gave you the advice, that is to bowl on the stumps. That's what Shahzeb has done. International T20 debut, first over, easy peasy. Knocks the leg pole out, 16 for 2, in a lot of trouble, Indonesia. Ferdinando goes for a duck. Sixth over. Mohammad Hisham. Edged and gone. Batter walks. I don't think the umpire was going to give that until the batter turned back. Or maybe he just nodded before the finger didn't go up.
I think I saw a nod. There was the big edge.
Keeper kept on appealing, which tells you he didn't get a confirmation, but a good catch from Manan Ali. And Mohammad Anjar, after struggling against the Pacers, got out to the first ball of spin.
So the captain walks into the middle. Kadek Gamantika. And he gets more of the same from Hisham.
This is a carom ball kind of a delivery. Both of them spinning away from the right-hander. He's hiding the grip too. Third one that spins away.
And third time, the batter has no clue. This time he goes back and gets bat on ball. Just a defensive push there.
Well, chance of glory for Cambodia as their players arrive for the second fixture. Cut off the back foot and won't be stopped. It's a quick outfield on that part. So Kadek off the mark with the boundary. Yes, real opportunity to get into a semi-finals of an ACC event for Cambodia, and that is huge as they take on Bhutan for that next fixture.
Of course, I think that no team would really want to go in or go out of the tournament with 3 losses. So Bhutan will pull up their socks is what I feel. Beautifully bowled. That'll be the end of the over. Just 4 runs of it and a wicket. 6 bowled, 20 for 3.
Plenty of play and miss before that particular event happened. When Paddy hit that one straight down to the throat of deep fine leg. Anjar found a few boundaries. Just when he was looking confident, Ferdinando missed a straight ball. And then Anjar edged one to the keeper. Zuhair will continue. He'll be up against the left-hander now. Round the wicket it is for Zuhair. Must be a very natural angle for the length that he bowls.
Beautiful delivery. Excellent delivery. Again going through the batter there. He had no clue whatsoever.
As you can see, it's beaten the batter for pace. Not for anything else. By the time Gede Agus even looked to go forward, the ball had passed him. For Gede Dharma, it is. The left arm spinner found a lot of turn today, bowled well. Until, of course, Wakar took him for a couple of sixes. Left alone by Gede Dharma this time. some point of time, Indonesia will have to think about their net run rate. As you mentioned, just in case Bhutan does go with a win from that last game, defeats Cambodia, Indonesia don't want their net run rate to go below Cambodia.
Cambodia were beaten by 88 runs in their match against Saudi Arabia. We'll keep that in mind. Indonesia, they don't want to be beaten by a bigger margin.
I mean, if you can bat normally and get up to 120, 130, you never know, in the overall calculations, they might still be okay if that result goes in their favor. Full toss, good fielding from Wahid. Shy at the striker's end. If that was a direct throw, that was really tight.
I think he was a goner. Kadek, I think he was well short of his ground there.
Ten balls in this opening spell. Everything has been fuller.
It's full again, wrapped on the pads, but going down the leg side.
My first impression was it got him on the back pad. And he was really caught in the crease. No decisive forward movement either. But yes, with the angle, would have perhaps missed leg stump. Would be a very interesting replay though. Last ball. Inside edge. Has saved Gere Dharma. Tight stuff from Shahzev on debut. 20 for 3 after 7. Hisam to continue. Wicket in his very first over, got the ball to spin away from both the right-handers. It was Zuhair who almost created another opportunity when the left-hander was on strike. Now that he's on strike against Hisam, Hisam might be thinking about bowling the conventional off break for once. Actually, he's bowling so full that it's very difficult as a batter to almost judge which way it's gonna spin. If it's shorter, you can almost give yourself a little bit of time.
Five of 6 is what Kadek is batting on. Nicely bowled this time. Defended on the onside. Dot ball.
At LBW shout there. No, it hit the front pad. Hit the front pad, definitely drifting away. Meanwhile, that's a play and a miss.
Looks to cut. Play and a miss. Dot ball. Goes on the back foot this time. Flicks it away straight to the fielder at a backward square leg for a single. 8 overs bowled, it's 23 for 3.
Usman Khalid, 4 for in the previous game. Just get a feeling Nishant is bowling from the wrong end. Dharma Artha himself, who bowled left arm spin, bowled from the far end into the grassier part of the pitch and found a lot of turn.
Six of 11 is what Gamantika is batting on. Flattish delivery this time that has been cut away. Single taken there.
I think Indonesia need to forget about those 185 runs here. Give themselves a target of realistically reaching somewhere around 130 and stay in the contest.
The way they're batting, that looks very difficult. Just past the outside edge. Play and a miss. Another dot ball.
The fact that Khalid is bowling from the wrong end and is not turning the ball, that in itself is a difficult proposition.
Off the inside half of the bat this time. Single taken.
Yeah, that's the slowest ball he's bowled in this over, which seemed to be gripping slightly, although it could have been the angle. I hope Cambodia watched that first game and their left arm spinner Utkarsh exploits the same end. I think that's the end he likes as well.
Very nicely bowled, almost inducing that leading edge.
Beaten the batter with flight here. Slow through the air, the last two balls. Setting him up for the quicker, faster arm ball, maybe. Quicker, faster arm ball it is, but going down the leg side. Well bowled, Khalid. 25 for 3. I think this is Hissam going through all his bowling options today. Understands they're in a comfortable position, so why not? Abdul Wahid will try his leg break. He's got the right end. But that's been hit over his head by Gede Dharma. Picks up another run. Last game they tried out the rest of their batting order. That worked. This game, because of the position they are in, too much runs on the board, they can afford to try out other bowlers too.
Kadek Gamantika on strike. 7 of 14. Looks to go for the slog sweep. That was close. Very close indeed.
That definitely got him on the back leg. He looked like he was in front of the stumps. Beats the batter. That's the end from where you're getting turn. And big turn. Which is when the straighter, quicker ball becomes even more difficult for Kadek. That was the quicker ball. He's mistimed it. Straight to the fielder. Ishtiaq with a lot of nonchalance there. Holds on to one. Captain of Indonesia falls.
Yes, going for that big shot there. One would say the shot was on, but he picked the fielder perfectly. Another wicket goes down, and it's time for a drink.
Half century for Kiruba Shankar, Coimbatore, when he batted against Cambodia. Right now he has to start against Abdul Wahid, who's getting that ball to turn away from the right-hander. Slip in position for the new batter. Gets a poor ball down the leg side with the short fine leg up. It's a loosener from Wahid. Being played away for 4. Good start for Kiruba Shankar then.
There's a boundary to get off the mark with. We'll be pleased with that.
High full toss. It's been drilled down the ground for a run. 10 overs are done. Indonesia desperate to get a move on. 31 for 4. Usman Khalid will continue. Wide of the crease, Kirubashankar drives that straight to short cover. He really plays the late cut well. So he'll be hoping if Khalid can give him any room outside the off stump, he'll jump back and try and access that area. In the air. Very lucky it was in the gap towards that sweeper cover fielder. Khalid, as he did in the previous over to the left-hander, going to bowl over the wicket with a short mid-wicket inside, deep backward square leg on the fence. Gere Dharma. Flatter, quicker. Work for the sweeper fielder. They're not even pushing for the second. Important Indonesia at least get up to the triple figure mark and stay in the contest. Swept that one. Was a full toss. Kirubashankar just starting another fresh inning, so is unable to get power through the ball so far. Again, a hint of turn, only when he bowls over the wicket to the left-hander with the angle. It's been tucked away on the onside. Look at the approach of Kirubashankar and Gere Dharma here. I think if Indonesia has also realized that all they have to do is get enough runs to stay ahead of Cambodia's net run rate here and hope that Bhutan finds their first win of the tournament. Lovely bit of square drive from Kirubashankar, so that Indonesia will still have a chance. 37 for 4 it will be after 11 overs. So Wahid getting an extended spell here. Dharmartha has hit that one nicely. Plenty of room outside the leg stump. He swiveled into a good position to help himself for 4. Back in the commentary box is Richard. Welcome back.
Well, thank you. And I think the next 10 overs of this game is not to see Indonesia make a heroic attempt at victory and fall short. It's just for them to score as many runs as they can to get their net run rate as high as possible.
Quick run stolen away. Good thinking once again from Gere Dharma.
Because their best hope of qualifying for the semi-finals is to have a better net run rate than Cambodia and hope that Bhutan managed to pull off a surprise victory this afternoon.
Yes, they're actually still above Cambodia in terms of that net run rate. We'll try and pull up the points table once again for you all. That's the shot I was talking about. Really likes the late cut and plays several versions of it. There is a late cut. There is a late cut as well, which Kirubashankar can manage. Which is why Khalid, who was there at that slip position, has been moved exactly to that short third region. Short third, backward point. Effectively 2 backward points now. Kiruba Shankar, although goes leg side, he's found the space, found the gap, couple of runs. Now helps it away. That's the exact same area where Gede Dharma as well got the boundary at the start of the over. And on the 5th ball, it's Kiruba Shankar.
I mean, this is good from Indonesia. They just need to try and get as close to 100 as possible, because Cambodia lost by 88 runs against Saudi Arabia in the first game and had a narrow victory against Bhutan. Indonesia have also had a narrow victory against Bhutan, so it could be tight on net run rate, but if Cambodia win in the afternoon, there's nothing they can do about it.
They've got their fate in their own hands as Cambodia. Indonesia will be dependent on them. 48 for 4 after 12. Plus 4.36 and 4 points for Saudi Arabia right at the top. Fight is between 2 and 3. 0.17 is that of Indonesia's net run rate, and minus negative 1.97 is where Cambodia are. So they can't afford to lose that game. They'll have to win it, and Indonesia will try and lose this as well closely as possible,
because at the moment Indonesia have quite a big advantage on net run rate, but if they lose by about 80 runs, that run rate will disappear, that advantage.
And really, not to dishearten the Bhutanese fans out there, their net run rate is also in negative, so they gotta win it inside 12 balls or something to get that back up positive. That's 4. I think Ishtiaq knows he's rubbed the ropes while he was on the ball. He's put a thumbs up out. My first impression was he clearly was on the ropes here. Yes. He should have known better here. I mean, umpires are taking fielders' words for this, but it's very difficult to understand that he didn't realize that he was definitely stepping on the ropes. That's gone through once again. This time Ishtiaq won't get it. And also a bit of a karmic justice for Kiruba Shankar, who got only 2 for that last shot, gets 4 this time.
And he's had a very good tournament. He scored runs in the second game. Now he's already got to 21 off 12.
It's a shot he likes. He plays that once he's set. Khalid brings in the Yorker. Well bowled.
Yeah, we saw Indonesia recover well against Bhutan, and largely because of Kiruba Shankar and his array of cut shots, and he hit a couple of sixes over mid-wicket as well. Looks a good player.
Yes, really good player of spin specifically, that we saw in this over. Good little partnership building up here. 13 overs are done. 55 for 4 are Indonesia. Oh, there's still a ball to go then. Edged away. This will race away too. Last 2 overs, this batting partnership is just chipping away with boundaries. Makes this an 11 run, over 59 for 4 now.
I'm sure Khalid just thought he had to come up and bowl and he'd get wickets after his performance in the last game, but it's not like that, cricket.
Indonesia used 8 bowling options. Saudi Arabia here, their captain has already used 6. Hisham into his 3rd. Good stop. He's a fantastic fielder. Beat of his own bowling or just of others. Keeps that to a dot ball. Keeps bowling at the left-hander, which Hissam actually wants. Going for the big shot. He's missed a straight ball. Hissam's 2nd wicket. Clings on to the matchup and makes the most of it. 5 down Indonesia.
That partnership had been growing well. The left-hander just couldn't control himself. Out for 11 off 17 balls.
Ahmad Ramdhani, the keeper batter of Indonesia. 24 runs so far. He has to start against Hissam, who's spinning the ball both ways here. And Ramdhani must have seen him beat a lot of right-handers outside of spinning away, which is why even the natural off-break is a very good option. That's what Hissam bowls.
Ramdhani took a couple of stumpings as keeper, so he'd been watching the spinning ball.
This time it's spun away, mixing it up. Hissam, real asset. When as a finger spinner, you can take the ball both ways. Ramdhani off the mark with that single. 14 overs are done. 5 down for 60 Indonesia. I think I've jumped the gun again, Richard.
Pretty keen to get this match over with.
Well, this over done with, so I can perhaps see a bit more leg spin or a bit of Usman Khalid from the other end.
They're getting through their overs quickly.
Oh, Kiruba Shankar didn't pick the turn on offer there. Atifur Rahman has changed his ends here. Started bowling from the far end. And now has been given the drier end to bowl to. which is where his slowies, the leg cutters, the off cutters will be more effective than if he would have been bowling from the opposite end into the grassier bit. Starts with that. Oh, Kiruvashankar eventually wanted the run. And Ramdhoni will get to the non-striker's end.
Shows that Indonesia have done pretty well, that Saudi Arabia have had to bring back one of their premier fast bowlers. Couldn't just let the spinners bowl and bowl. Won a couple more wickets at this stage.
Also, I think he's just trying out a few different combinations today. What if there is a point of time that he has to get Atif back in earlier before the death overs? Atif hadn't bowled a single bouncer with the new ball. Went for that against Kiruvashankar. Got it wrong though. Been given as a wide.
Got a lot of bounce there, that's impressive.
In fact, Ishtiaq is the only Saudi bowler who's at times been only full. Atif and Usman Najib that we saw did bowl the odd bouncer. This was the fuller, slower delivery. Early into the shot was Kiruvashankar. And except this KSA team, I think it's the only home team, Thailand, who have constantly persisted with the short ball ploy, and it has worked for them.
Yes, the two left arm over bowlers bowled very well. Even Chanchai, varying his pace and length in his second spell, done well as well.
Yes, and that's something. Oh, that's gone through the keeper. I don't think you can stop that. Fine leg was a lot squarer. 4 byes it is. Valuable runs for Indonesia. Extremely lucky it didn't go on and hit the helmet.
Would that be 4 byes and 5 penalty runs, and so a total of 9? Or would it be a dead ball once it's hit the helmet and just 5 penalty runs?
Yeah.
How would the umpire signal that, and will the scorers understand?
I think the event gets done once it hits the helmet. Off the inside half of the bat, they'll push for 2 more. So, even if not intentionally, they've got 9 already from this over. Closing in on that triple figure mark. 31 away from 100 on the board, Indonesia. And that is their first target.
So another ball to go in this over. So I think if Indonesia can manage to get close to 100, lose by maybe, as long as they lose by less than 88 runs, which is what Cambodia lost by in their first match against Saudi Arabia, they'll just still have an outside chance of getting through on net run rate, depending on the afternoon game today.
And they will be cheering for Bhutan in that game. I think they'll hang around. If they get to 100, they might as well hang around and watch that contest. The whole of Cambodia will be rooting for their side to make it to their first semi-final berth in an ACC event. 71 for 5. 5 overs to go. That's the game. Bhutan take on Cambodia in match number 14. For Bhutan, it's about getting at least one win under their belt on this strip. And for Cambodia, real chance to create history. Stay tuned.
So Mohammed Hisham to finish off his spell. Is there a little... Oh, the umpire's nodding. He's given it, has he? He has. Well, it must be given caught behind.
Yes, we can only keep guessing. Kirubasankar Coimbatore departs for 27 of 19 then.
It's a pity, he was going well. 71 for 6.
Hisham has picked up 3. He's got a chance to pick up more. Dot ball here. And used to open the innings. Suddenly he finds himself batting at number 8. Shuffles across and defends it on that occasion. He'll pick up a quick single there.
But this victory for Saudi Arabia will certainly ensure that they win the group, finish top of Group A, and they'll play the second place team in Group B in the semi-final.
That's it over the top of the bowler's head. That was pretty nicely done. And a boundary there for Ram Dhoni. Good looking shot. Away for 4. And that's pushed away into the offside. Will pick up a single. Another run added to the tally. Then final delivery of Mohammad Hisham's spell coming up. Off the outside edge, that is running away. Short third, giving the chase, will pull it back. Just about.
So that's a great spell of bowling from Hisham. 3 for 16. If he'd got a slip, he might have had that 4th wicket. But Indonesia are 79 for 6 with 4 overs to go. So Atifa Rahman to continue. Spooned it over the stump somehow.
Nobody had any clue where that ball was going. I just get a feeling that Indonesia have got just about enough runs to stay above Cambodia in terms of net run rate, despite a defeat here. So for Cambodia, a win becomes mandatory now. Pushed straight to the fielder. Quick single taken. Good running between the wickets.
But just to warn you, all sorts of things are possible. So if somehow Bhutan win by 1 run, Cambodia's net run rate, because it is net run rate batting minus bowling, it could still slightly increase if they lose by a narrow margin. So never say never.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Cricket calculations can be funny at times, can seem funny at least. But trust me, there is a lot of method to this madness. Shy at the non-striker's end. And of course, missing that one. Single taken. Well, Richard, people find DLS method to be quite crazy, but I feel there is a lot of method to that as well, and very valid too.
And that's okay if your printer works and you connect it to the Wi-Fi and whatever. The calculator does it for you now. In the old days, it wasn't true. You had to work it out for yourself.
Looks to pull, doesn't time it. Will pick up another single.
And the trick with net run rate is to have a few goes during the lunch interval and just work out what if Cambodia can improve their run rate by narrowly losing, so you're not shocked when it actually happens.
This time pulled much better, but straight to the fielder in the deep. Again a single, so a dot ball and 4 singles so far from this over of Atif.
And the same scenario will be affecting Group B tomorrow. Net run rate, I'm sure, will come into it. 3 teams could be level on 2 points. 3 teams could be level on 4 points.
Yes, barring Japan, I think, and Maldives. Big shot attempted, play and a miss. I think both Singapore and Thailand are very much in it. 17 overs bowled, it's 83 for 6. Agas will be on strike. Shazeb to bowl his third. Full delivery down the leg side. Looks to flick it away. 4 leg byes there. Very nicely done. Getting pads to that. I wonder if that was deliberate at all. Looking to drive this time. Off the inside half of the bat, goes straight back past the bowler for a single. So now 6 of every ball is not good enough. 98 to win of 16 deliveries.
Or shall we just give them a target of 12 off the remaining balls so they get to 100?
Must be the target in their mind. Saudi Arabia should have a different target though. Their biggest victory in T20Is came in the previous game when they beat Cambodia by 88 runs. So their target should be 8 of the next 11 balls to make it an 89-run victory and register their biggest victory. And a brilliant Yorker there.
Well, he's on his international debut, but he looks quite a fine bowler. They've got an array of pace bowlers of Saudi Arabia. Yorker straight on the stumps. And that's Ahmed Ramdoni out for 12 or 15 balls. Well, what a strong side and even a strong squad Saudi Arabia have in this tournament. We saw Imran Yusuf bowl leg spin as the substitute in the first game. Now we've seen Shazab take 2 for 3 in 3 overs on his international debut. Usman Najib is not playing in this game.
Right up there, appeal, umpire not interested. That definitely was not out leg before, but was their bat involved? Now down the leg side, he's trying to target the stumps in a bid to do so. He's bowling a little too straight. Loses his run up this time. What a spell this has been from Shahzeb if you look at it. 2 for 4, he's in his 3rd over.
Yeah, we'd seen Ishtiaq and Atif before, but Shazab and Usman Najib are on their first trip to Thailand.
Off the outside edge, flies away to the 3rd man fence for 4. Boundary to finish the over. 18 bowled, 93 for 7.
So here's Ishtiaq back, looking for a wicket.
They're looking for the second run here. And get it comfortably in the end. "91 runs away. Indonesia 95 for 7 while chasing 186. Lost the plot completely. Right up in the block hole. Ishtiaq Ahmed gets the Yorker in. And a very, very accurate one to ensure that Priyandana is back in the hut.
Well, that swung in nicely and just hit the base of off and middle stumps. Just about perfection at this stage of the innings. Geda Agus out for 8 off 9 balls. So Saudi Arabia, very close to victory here. They'll be in the semi-finals where they'll know one more victory will win them a place in the ACC Premier Cup.
Again, it was right up in the block hole. Very well bowled. Almost getting another wicket there, Ishtiaq.
I think that will be held in Oman, and they'll play against all the top countries beneath the test playing countries. So they'll play Nepal, Oman, Qatar. So that should be a very interesting tournament, and a team will qualify from that to actually get into the ACC Asia Cup.
And that should be fun. Always good to see new and upcoming sides doing well, punching above their weight.
Nepal did play in the 50 over Asia Cup last year by virtue of winning the Premier Cup, which was held in Nepal.
Another excellent Yorker there from Ishtiaq. Not managing to get bat on ball on that one. Very close to the stumps.
But a lot of these Asian sides are very strong, and Saudi Arabia looking to join them.
Base of off stump. That's what bowling coaches tell you when they want you to bowl Yorkers. And Ishtiaq Ahmed has delivered an inch perfect Yorker there. Excellent delivery.
He hit the base of off and middle with the previous one, that time just on off stump. Hawu out for naught. Ishtiaq now has 2 wickets. Can he finish the innings off with his 3rd wicket of this over?
Yeah, and that would ensure that they get their record victory as well.
Just improving it by a run or two a game.
Dinesh Shetty Walks into the middle at number 11.
Taking leg stump guard, but we know the bowler's aiming it off. A lot of stumps available there.
Low full toss this time. That's pushed away. Will pick up a single. 19 overs bowled. It's 96 for 9.
So it's Shazab who will finish off the innings, bowling the 20th over, looking for his third wicket on a very good debut.
Can he hit the base of off stump as well? Oh, he tried to do that. Direct hit would have made things interesting, but not to be. They'll come back for 2. Direct hit this time, but the batter was well home.
And I'm afraid Saudi Arabia won't improve that record victory. Not this time. Can Indonesia get to 3 figures?
Let's wait and watch. Just 2 more runs. Right up there. That's off the outside edge. Goes towards the fielder at third man. Another single taken.
I think this is probably the maximum that Indonesia could have expected against a side of this quality. If they can just reach that 100 mark.
Yes, they will. Something to cheer for. 100 up for Indonesia in the final over.
What it also means is they've lost by fewer runs than Cambodia did against Saudi Arabia, so they've still got just an outside chance of being able to get through to the semi-finals on net run rate.
Or down the leg side, that'll be more runs.
That is to say, if Bhutan can beat Cambodia by more than a run or 2.
We'll have to wait and see what the exact calculations are. Looks to cut it away. Appeal from the wicket keeper there. Not interested. Couple of deliveries remain in the game then. Low full toss, played away towards gully, single taken.
So in the traditional game of Sunday afternoon cricket, if you didn't get bowled out batting second, you could just take a losing draw. Doesn't happen anymore. But it would be nice for Indonesia to bat through their entire 20 overs without being bowled out.
And that will be another wide, the second one of the over, just lengthening proceedings here.
Yeah, still one more ball to go. We can't finish this over with a wide.
Pitches it up straight to the fielder. And a direct hit would have bowled Indonesia out, but not to be. It's a dot ball to finish things. Indonesia finished with 103 for 9. And thus Saudi Arabia have absolutely stormed through to the semi-finals as the top team from this group with 3 wins out of 3 and 3 big wins out of 3.
Yes, 2 victories by more than 80 runs. And they won their other game in 11 overs, chased down the target. So very impressive, Saudi Arabia.
Yes, and that scorecard had nothing in it till Kiruba Sankar got those 27 runs. 3 more double-digit scores, otherwise all single digits there, finishing with 103 for 9 in 20 overs in the end. As far as the bowlers were concerned, barring Usman, Khalid, everybody finishing with wickets. Hisham Sheikh, the top there with 3 for 16. Couple of wickets each for Ishtiaq and Shahzeb. And a wicket apiece for Atifur Rahman and Abdul Wahid. That's the story of the game. Winning the toss, electing to bat first. Saudi Arabia got 185 for 4 in the 20 overs. Riding on a half century from Faisal Khan and 30s from Waqarul Hassan and Abdul Wahid. In reply, Indonesia could only muster 103 for the loss of 9 wickets and thus handing Saudi Arabia a victory by 82 runs.
So the afternoon match sees Bhutan take on Cambodia. Victory for Cambodia will take them through to their first ACC semi-final. And we'll wait and see what other concoctions we can come up with thanks to net run rate.
Yes, but for now we'll find out what does the presentation ceremony come up with. We've got Babashish Nanda lined up for that on the other side of the break.
Hello, hello. Mic okay?
Three wins and three big wins have made sure that Saudi Arabia will go on to top their group and storm into the semi-finals. So congratulations to them. First up, round of applause for Indonesia. Of course, they finished their campaign here and we have been entertained by them too. So well done, boys. Welcome to the post-match presentation party here at the ACC Challenger Cup T20 tournament. We really thank the Asian Cricket Council and the Cricket Association of Thailand to give all of these players a wonderful opportunity to showcase their white ball skills. We thank the sponsors too, official streaming platform FanCode, official partners Dafa News and 1xBat, commercial partners TCM. This was the 13th league game, as I mentioned, and an 87-run win for KSA. Well done once again. Firstly, I would like to request Kadek Gamantika, captain of Indonesia, a round of applause for him, to please come in and have a chat. Kadek, 3 games now. You must have seen that there was a pattern where bowlers kept it tight at some point of time in every game almost, where it had to be the batters who had to take the responsibility.
Yeah. So yeah, that, as you say also, our bowler did their job well. Also, we need to keep our batting so in the runs. So I think we need to improve a lot on our batting. Fielding also, we have a few drop catches also. It will cost us a lot as well.
But when I look at that group of players, lot of youngsters, Dharma Artha today bowling brilliantly. There's plenty of positives for Indonesia to take back.
Yeah, I think so. So he didn't bowl many over also before the game. I think I also kept him to bowl now 4 over. Even in the last over he also bowled. I think it's a good opportunity for him also. He did well today as well.
Right, then you can held high and go on. Thank you for the entertainment. Right, then the captain of Indonesia then. Next up, the winning captain, Mohammad Isam. Captain of Saudi Arabia. Into the semi-finals now. Isam, I can't ask you enough about the positives. There are way too many.
I think we gave away extras today again. So we need to control on that a bit. And I think the boys performed well apart from that. I think they adapted to the conditions early on with batting first. Faisal played really well along with Wahid. And I guess everybody else chipped in with good runs and wickets.
Tell me about this battery of fast bowlers that you have got. You've got a new one today. He was amongst the wicket. He looked fast. How many else? How many more have you got?
There are a few more back in Saudi. They have been training and doing well and wanting to get into the side. But I'm really happy with our fast bowling attack. I think with the conditions here, they've done a very good job with maintaining the pace and reading the wicket and bowling accordingly.
Tell me about your own bowling, constantly spinning it away from the right-hander. These surfaces are now helping you.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, it helped me today. And I think I just maintained the line and length as our coach Aslam said to me, that just maintain the good areas and it will happen. So it was that way.
All right, then you'll be closely looking at this particular game to follow and the next one to see who are you playing. Good luck for the semi-finals.
Thank you, sir.
Mohammad Issam then, captain of KSA. Next up, I would like to request Mr. Gandhi, the match day official, to please join us, who will give away the Player of the Match award. As I mentioned, performers with the ball for KSA, also for Indonesia, but it had to go to somebody who almost ensured inside the first 10 overs. KSA were off to a flyer. Faisal Khan on a comeback knock, 77 of 60. Still has that banded on 7 fours, 4 sixes. Absolute brute of a striker in this particular innings. Faisal ensured that he got the big shots away to begin with. It was not all power though. That's something we will discuss with him. If we can get him to have a quick chat with us. Faisal, I'll keep this as quick as possible. It was not all power today. There were times where you wanted to stay there, when you wanted to prolong this innings. You would like that?
Yeah, first of all, thank to my Allah. And first match I will got injured, so I need to motivate myself to get some time to in the crease. And it's difficult for me, but I will play it well.
You played really well there. What was great is your hand-eye coordination. You seem to be really good with the pickup shots.
Yeah, the ball I take a time in the crease, so that's why the ball is coming to the bat. That's why I played.
All right, Faisal, keep us entertaining in the semi-finals too. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Right, then that was Faisal Khan. Brilliant knock after being hit on the head. The team actually that hit him on the head will play the next game. Important game for Cambodia. And you got to stay tuned to Fanco, to the official YouTube page of ACC to figure out which other team from this group makes it to the semi-finals.